primarily for our LTLs, for
Okay.
our pallet-sized shipments.
Okay.
Um, and the idea at first was a lot of, at the time, majority of our warranty orders were coming from our LTL orders
Okay.
somehow getting damaged either during transit or, unfortunately, sometimes it's damaged here while it was being built,
Okay.
or also damaged at the delivery of the property.
Okay.
And then we didn't have a way, we didn't really have a good way to defend ourselves,
Yep.
um, or to prove that that's not how the product left our building.
Yep.
So that was definitely the main reason uh, Mr. Lindsay had brought on LoadProof. And then Aaron here has joined our team. I want to say going on almost 2.5 months now,
Okay.
maybe almost 3 months. And he has since taken over our LTL processing and parcel too for UPS or FedEx. So he can probably give you a little more input, but I can tell you at least for the long period of time I was using LoadProof,
Yeah.
I had absolutely no problems with it.
Okay.
I never had it was always some internal issue where our Wi-Fi inside the building wasn't,
Yeah.
the best, and I would lose connection, but it was never anything due to LoadProof.
Okay. See, more, in the sense that, how did LoadProof help you guys with, proving that you did your job right, right? That's what we want to talk about. If you could please introduce yourself and, introduce your role and day-to-day responsibilities. I know we can get what were some of the challenges you had before, and then you guys implemented LoadProof, right? How did you find LoadProof, and then you implemented LoadProof, right? Maybe we can get started there.
Sure, yeah. Um, I want to say Bill had a friend, or either where the business that he used to work at before here at Dickson was using LoadProof, or somebody had recommended it to him.
Okay.
Like it wasn't like an advertisement or anything. It was like a word of mouth recommendation.
Okay.
And like I was saying, we at the time were having to deal with defending ourselves. Trying to prove that that's not how it left our building.
Yeah.
We would never ship something out that's damaged like that, or damaged at all.
Yeah.
He had just a little quick meeting with me, because at the time I was doing the LTLs, and he said, "Hey, I want to try to bring on this company. It's called LoadProof. Basically, we would be able to not categorize, like keep an inventory of all the photos of our loads.
Yep.
At least, and at the time he wanted to start small with the LTLs.
Yep.
And he says, I believe this will help us, prove that we don't ship anything damaged.
Yep.
And it definitely, the proof is there. Like LoadProof has saved us in so many, countless incidents. I want to say like maybe 60 total.
Okay.
Because we have such a large volume outbound, especially with LTL. So out of the thousands that ship, like 2,000-3,000 small orders that ship a year, to have 60 incidents where something's claimed to be damaged. But LoadProof is there. We're able to pull up the picture. We're able to send a copy of the picture to the customer and say, "Hey, look, everything is right. There's no damage. There's nothing visible. Definitely not the way it arrived at your property."
Yep.
And at that point, we just got to file a claim.
Yep.
With whoever carrier, the trucking carrier was, whoever, and let them kind of figure it out between themselves.
Yep.
But yeah, as far as bringing it on, it was Mr. Lindsay's idea.
Okay.
And like I said, at first we definitely wanted to start off small.
Yeah.
I forgot the gentleman's name that we
recommended you guys LoadProof.
Do you know his name?
Me? You're asking me?
Well, I don't know. It was a gentleman that we had I want to say we had like three really good meetings with him. He helped us get set up, showed us, walked
Oh,
us through
oh,
the
oh,
process.
who set you guys up in the system?
Yeah, but I don't remember his name. He was an awesome guy. Just
Okay.
I know that Bill and I wanted to eventually set up a meeting with him as to see how we could incorporate FTLs
Oh, we can
into
help you
load.
with that. Yeah, absolutely. We can help you with that now. You know,
Yeah,
so so
yeah.
what are some of the Aaron, you want to add something to what Eric um,
Oh, you're
um,
on mute.
yeah, can
Unmute. You're good.
yeah,
There
yeah,
you
yeah,
go.
yeah, 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 Aaron, you want to,
Okay.
yeah.
No, like Eric was saying, now I'm taking over the LTL, so we take pictures of the pallets,
See, I'm going to
and
mute Eric.
that
If
it help, really
I'm
helps
just
us
going to
out a
mute.
lot to prove our point that
Okay.
uh, the pallets didn't left a certain way, and the way the customer is showing that it arrived, it wasn't the case, and it really helps us out a lot. Also, I like that we can have the app on our phones and take the pictures from there. It's very useful to us. Um, just
So, what are some of the key benefits, right? Can you guys list the key benefits? I mean, I'll ask. I think looks like you both are next to each other. So when one of you is talking, it's echoing through the other speaker. So I gotta mute one person. Only one person can talk at a time.
No, I just turned.
Yeah.
I have actual speakers on my desk. That's why.
Oh, okay. So if you could
I
please
say the
list, right?
biggest.
List the key benefits. What are the key benefits? One by one. That you guys got.
Definitely number one is we're able to file. We're basically able to file all of our palletized orders visually
Okay.
because we had the paperwork side of it. We've always had the paperwork side of it. But we never had a visual. Um, I don't. What's the word I'm looking for? Like filing something, keeping a record of something.
Okay.
We finally have a way to visually keep a record of our LTL orders.
Yep.
Whether there is a warranty order put in eventually, or a claim rather, or not,
Yep.
we can always go back and I don't know if you're able to see our account, but I imagine by now there's got to be thousands
Yep.
of sales orders, and that I would say that's definitely our number one as far as the point goes. Uh, Other benefits, obviously, like I said, we're able to we're able to use it to our defense if needed. Um, I don't know, Aaron. Do you have any other ones?
What about right before load proof? If there is a claim or anything comes, how much time you guys would spend researching that? Right?
Oh,
Is
of
it?
course,
Yeah.
yes. Yes. I'm glad you brought that up. Before, yes, we would have to pull camera footage
Mm-hmm.
or something like that and go through a whole days of camera footage to see if we can get a good picture of what's being loaded and all and whatnot. And now it's just within a few clicks. Uh, yeah, we're able to pull it right up, and we're able to not save the document and send it directly to the broker or to the carrier. Yes, definitely.
Exactly. So, and then what about people? Did you have any people training issues? Right. Obviously, sometimes it's a revolving door in warehouses. People come and go. So, did LoadProof help you guys? Train your new people. Hey, this is how you gotta pack it. This is how you gotta load it. This is how you gotta label it. This is how you gotta put your air
Yeah,
pillows or anything like that. Right.
yeah. I was gonna see if Aaron had anything to add, but yes, I was gonna mention that, and that was actually one of the things that Bill had left on the table for us before he left was we're able to take kind of like instructions for, like you said, new hires or people that have been transferred to our LTL department, the ones who actually build the pallets in the bag. and they can see. We can show them like, look, if it's a mirror, this is how we build it. And Aaron's really good at taking like 4 pictures of each pallet, whereas I used to only take like 2. But yeah, you're exactly right. We're able to show exactly how the product's supposed to be assembled.
Yeah, yeah.
Or the pallet, rather.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, Aaron, you have anything to add? Any other benefits that you see on a day-to-day basis, for yourself? I mean, see, one thing that we always also hear is that, hey, now before the customers would, right, very casually submit claims, and now they're thinking twice before submitting claims to us because they know that, we are going to give them photos of the condition of the product, right? Is that something that you guys have seen? See, I think I gotta unmute.
You gotta unmute yourself.
Yeah, unmute and then maybe mute Eric.
Yeah. So like back then, when how Eric was saying, since we didn't have LoadProof, people would take advantage of the situation because it would be hard for us to probably pull out camera footage, and that's time consuming, and we got other things we got to do, but also how Eric was saying, it has helped us out a lot with having having it on record on the computer versus having to go through all our paperwork and looking for a specific one. So there's a lot of pros with this. So much time is time conservative. So now, we just go in, get it done, and go on with a day. So it's really been a lot helpful.
Great
for us.
Great. What other benefits you guys can think of? Are you also using LoadProof to digitize any of your paperwork? This is one thing that comes up. Sometimes people will have their load verification sheet and even safety form, right? Things like that, right? They have
yeah. So when we actually build the pallets, I have the guys make a few copies of the paperwork.
Yep.
And one of the things is they tape or staple a copy of the paperwork onto the pallet. And I don't know if Aaron's still doing it, because I was, but the last picture that I would take per pallet would be of just the actual paper, the paperwork.
Okay.
So that when I'm going through LoadProof and I'm seeing the pictures,
yep,
I'm able to go to the last picture and see exactly what's on the pallet.
What is the document, right? Either it could be a packing slip or it could be a bill of lading. If it's a packing slip, it's going to show all the
packing slip, correct.
Yeah, all this products that were shipped on that load, right?
Correct.
Okay. That's good. So any other benefits that you guys can think of? Do you also use it for any other areas like inbound receipts from vendors? At that time there could be damages. Yeah.
Well, our department is split now.
Okay.
We used to do shipping and receiving.
Okay.
Now we're purely focused on the shipping aspect.
Okay.
We have an entire receiving department, and I'm glad you brought that up because I almost forgot.
Okay.
We have an entire receiving department, and yes, we've incorporated LoadProof on their end.
Okay.
And also, and I'll get to another way we use it too. But as far as the receiving aspect, they can record anything that comes in already damaged, because that was a big one. We couldn't prove that, again, going through all the camera footage, we couldn't prove that it arrived here damaged.
Yep.
Whether it's like metal frames or something from Mexico.
Yep.
Actually, Aaron could tell you too. He actually came from receiving over to our department. But he can tell you a little bit more.
You gotta unmute, Aaron. Yeah, you gotta unmute, and then we'll have to mute Eric. Yeah.
There will be some things that will be returned to us, and like Eric was saying, we couldn't prove that it was actually damaged.
Okay.
And now, since LoadProof has been introduced to us, to the receiving department, they now take pictures, videos while inside the trailer, or as soon as they unload it off the truck.
Yep.
And submit that information to our purchasing department, and so that they could take a good look that this actually arrived this way, and in order for them to be able to claim that it arrived damaged and possibly get it replaced.
Yeah. So did you guys share that feedback with the vendor or manufacturing plant? Where is the manufacturing plant in Mexico? That's where they're manufacturing, and these boards are coming to your facility in Houston.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you did you guys take those photos and share it with the manufacturing plant in Mexico,
Correct.
saying that, hey, look
Yes.
at this, guys. This is how we got the product, so it's not our fault. I cannot
Yes,
do
sir.
much
And
with it. Okay.
that has also helped us in getting either the item replaced or getting some sort of credit for their next purchase.
Yeah. And
Yes,
what
sir.
about returns, customer returns? Do you guys track customer returns also in LoadProof? Do you get any type of returns from the customer for whatever reason?
Yeah, the RAs, the returns,
Yeah.
because sometimes, let's say we overship,
Yeah.
or for whatever reason. But like we say, majority of the times, the ones that are returned for excessive amount that was shipped, they'll be in good condition. But like we mentioned, there will be some that did come in damaged.
Okay. Good. And do you guys also use it for quality audit, outbound quality audit in your site, because you're a manufacturing plant, right?
Right. That was the other way that we use it. We actually have a quality control department.
Yep.
And one individual too is in charge of it all.
Yep.
And yes, he documents what if it's an RA.
Yep.
Or a returned order.
Yep.
He goes to inspect it. He can take pictures of it, and compare it to the pictures. That if it was an LTL,
Yep.
he can see how it left. He can do the same thing we do.
Okay.
But yes, they do use it for quality control. They're still trying to figure out a way to use it a little more efficiently in our groups and our actual production side.
Okay. We can help you with that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it definitely calls for at least 1 to 2 different future meetings.
Yeah.
That we would like to set up. One, definitely we need to find a way to officially use LoadProof for FTLs, for full truckloads.
Okay.
It works perfect for LTLs.
Okay.
And we're trying to just get something just as good
Yep.
of a process. But yes, for quality control and for RAs, for inspections, we have like right now is our student housing season, and we've been having to ship like showroom orders.
Yeah.
Like really small orders. They set up a showroom, and if the customers like it enough, they place a larger order with us.
Yeah.
So we will take a picture of all the product that needs to go in that truck and make sure we keep everything on record.
Okay. So looks like you guys use it for both outbound quality as well as inbound quality, right? Outbound quality
Correct.
is when you're shipping your, right when it comes out of the manufacturing plant, you are taking photos. That's more from an outbound perspective. And then even when you receive it, or if it's returns, or you have an inbound quality audit process as well, right? Okay, great. So how was the experience in terms of turning on LoadProof, right? There are two aspects to it. Whenever you turn on a system like this, the first is the technical aspect, right? Getting it technically right, getting it technically working, connecting it to the Wi-Fi and things like that, right? Making sure you guys are able to log on to the browser portal, right? All that. And then from a human perspective, right? I mean, we are humans. I mean, we don't want change quickly, right? We are used to our routines, and we are used to the way that we live our life, and something new comes, we are like, oh, we hesitant, right? We are like, oh, why do I have to do this, right? So it takes some time for people to realize that, hey, this is going to help me, and I need to have this and stuff like that, right? So how was if you could talk about the technical aspect of the rollout implementation, and then you can talk about the people aspect, that'll be great.
As far as the technical, like, I'll show you. I mean, I know Aaron's converted to using it on his cell phone.
Yeah.
But before, we would just use like our own iPads.
Yep.
And then we walk back there. But as far as the process, it's simple. I don't know how it could be any simpler.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty straightforward. and the fact that we're allowed to have categories,
Yeah.
it allows us to separate as a department.
Yep.
Quality control, RAs,
Yep.
inbound, outbound.
Yep.
And we have categories set up like that, all under our one account, I believe.
Exactly. Yeah.
But, yeah, it's there. Like it couldn't get any simpler. I think I had mentioned it before. I was like, the only thing is maybe we'd be able to enable Flash if we take a picture, but I've never tried using it off a cell phone, so
Okay.
maybe that's the case. But I have zero complaints.
Okay.
About the technical side, and neither with the human side. It's a very natural, very like linear process. It's very easy to use. There's no difficulty at all.
Okay.
It's very self-explanatory too.
Yeah.
It's nothing where you're like, what does this mean? What happens if I click this button?
Yeah.
Everything there is it's very simple to use.
Correct.
Which is perfect.
Correct. So would you recommend LoadProof to someone else that is in a similar role like yourself?
Absolutely.
Great. And do you want anything else in LoadProof? That I know FTL will connect you with the product support team. Those guys will help you set it up. Set up FTL. That's not a big deal. That's easy. We'll help you with that. Apart from that, do you want any other improvements or any other enhancements to LoadProof?
Randy, can you think of anything? It's a pretty solid product. I can't really think of anything. I don't know, Aaron. Is there anything you ran into?
As far as I've been using it, like you mentioned, it's pretty straightforward.
Okay.
And
how are you guys doing your safety audits, safety forms, inspection forms, and things like that today?
We have a safety personnel here. She takes care of all of it. And I think she's more old school. I know Bill had actually mentioned using LoadProof to store the paperwork, digital copies of all the paperwork and stuff.
Correct.
But she's just on the old school side and would prefer to keep a physical copy in like a big file cabinet.
Yeah.
And that works for her. Document wise, we really don't. Most of our documents are digitalized just from our printers.
Okay.
If we scan it.
Yeah.
So the only thing is, for the longest, we were trying to go a little bit more paperless.
Yeah, exactly.
And
that is what everybody's doing, because what happens is, right, if you have paper, obviously after some time the print, disappears, it fades, and then you got to maintain those paperwork in some kind of
and we got to find a place to store all.
Correct, exactly. And you got to imagine how difficult it is to go and finding it back, right? That's why putting it digitally, you can just search it within a few seconds. You can find the exact document, right? Something.
Well, I think just here in our department, we go through paperwork at such a high volume so quick.
Yeah.
That putting it in through the printer and it's scanning directly, and I'm like at 20 pieces of paper at a time.
Yeah.
Works more efficient for us than taking a picture and using it in LoadProof.
Fair enough. That's fine. I mean, if something is
working fine. But that's only because we're at that high volume of paperwork coming through here. Whether it's the paperwork that needs to go to the driver, paperwork for our loaders.
Yeah. What about deliveries? I mean, do you guys take photos at the time of deliveries also?
Well, that would be our receiving department, and I don't know, Aaron could confirm, but to my understanding, they do. When they drop it off, they take a picture of it, or they LoadProof it, just in case whoever the box is for says, "Hey."
Correct. Proof of delivery, right? Proof of delivery, and sometimes concealed shortages might be there. So for all that, and is that your own fleet, or you guys always give it to an external carrier?
Wait, I'm sorry?
Do you when you make deliveries, correct? When you make deliveries, is this always, I know LTL is an external carrier, right? Even
Right.
FTL is also an external carrier. So apart from that, do you guys have your own fleet with which you deliver customer orders to customer locations or anything like that?
No, a
No. Okay.
long time ago when we
Okay.
were a smaller company, we
Probably
had
did
our
that.
own
Yeah.
like 2 drivers and maybe dealt directly with the carriers, but
Okay.
they've gotten so big that we have to go through brokers,
Okay.
and
Okay.
we don't really have anything else
Anything
hands
else
on
like
like
that?
that anymore.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. I mean, that's all I have. I mean, I just, I wanted to get your feedback in terms of, how LoadProof is working out. And then I'll connect you guys to our product support team. I'll respond to that email and say, hey, this is the contact for the product support team. And, they'll reach out to you and you can set up a meeting with them and Zoom call with them and they'll help you with everything. They can set you up with FTL, anything else that you guys need, right?
Perfect. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely 10 out of 10 product.
Okay,
That was great.
nice. Aaron, you want to add anything, to what Eric said? Do you, I want to ask the same question to you as well. Would you like any improvement or any enhancement that would make your life better, easier? What are your thoughts?
Like you mentioned, everything's pretty straightforward. It's easy
Okay.
to use.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if it could get any better than the way it is already.
Okay.
Like we mentioned, it's helped us out in a couple of tough situations that we were actually proving our point in the case.
Okay.
And, you know, we just hope maybe, we could just keep using it and applying it, just
Okay.
keep it going.
All right.
But
Perfect, man. Great.
everything's pretty
Fantastic.
straightforward.
Yeah, thank you very much for the feedback. I will, respond to your email, with the product support team's email address, and you guys can talk to them, and they'll set you up with FTL and anything else that you folks need. Okay.
Please, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. See, there is just one more thing. We've got another app called LoadProof Viewer. So, see, today you have to go to your laptop, right? You have to go to your computer and log in through the browser to find photos. With this app, you can find the photos from your mobile device itself. So you can install that app in your what mobile phone you guys have, or in the tablet also, right? In the tablet also you can install. It's called LoadProof Viewer, and it's available for free. For you guys. It's called LoadProof Viewer.
I'll put it on.
Yeah.
I'll put it on. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'll put it on this.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah, you can put that, and then you can access photos from there itself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you very much for your time, gentlemen. If you guys need anything else, you can reach out to me or the product support, and we'll be happy to help you.
I really appreciate it, Puga.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank
And thank you for your product. It's great.
Thank you.